Hi everybody and welcome to Wild Earth this morning. Just checking, I think that sun is just going to rise just behind us. But welcome to Wild Earth here in South Africa. My name's Tara. I'm going to be presenting for about 3 hours or so. Hopefully we'll have some luck with some wonders from the African bush this morning. Sebastian's on camera with me and Craig is back in final control. So if you would like to send through any questions, then please send them through to questions@wildearthsafari.tv. And it is always great to hear from you, so if you would like to ask a question, please do send it through and see what we can pull out of our heads this morning. It always gets quite interesting when people send questions in. I'm going to also look for some tracks this morning. Apparently the Tsalala Pride, they walked along Gowrie Main last night and someone said, I think one of the guides said that they may have just crossed into Twin Dams. So we're going to head down there. We're actually just at the junction of Twin Dams Road with Wahlberg's road here, so we're going to carry on down Twin Dams Road and see if there is any signs of tracks around there of the females, and I'm hoping that we may be able to find them this morning. And I'll keep my ear to the ground about Karula, keep a lookout for some tracks for her. We haven't seen her for a couple of days now. She was last seen on Rebecca's Road. I think they had a carcass there. I don't know how much they fed on that carcass, but they did have a carcass there, and apparently they were able to feed, but I don't know how long for, because it was on the ground, it was at night, the hyenas were out in force, and she did go over down into Little Gowrie. She was seen down there last night, so I'm not sure if she's left the cubs where she had that carcass, or whether she treed it. But I think we'll have a look around Twin Downs, see if we can pick up any tracks. If we have no luck, then we'll head up to Rebecca's Road and have a little scratch around there, see if the cubs are still around there at least. So lots to do today. Here's hoping that we have some luck. I do have my Tigger socks on, so let's see if they work. Also want to try and catch up with the Gowrie gang if we can. At some stage today. It's been a little while since we've caught up with them. The Gowrie gang being our troop of baboons. Spends quite a lot of time on this area, but they have been wandering quite far and wide in search of food recently, which is always the case in winter. Animals do tend to have to expand the boundaries and go wander around and try and find enough food during the winter time. Hi, Carol. Good morning, all the way there from Chicago. Good afternoon. I'm wondering if hippos yawn, or whether there's some kind of purpose to a hippo's yawn. I wonder if you've been seeing some hippos on the waterhog camera this morning or last night. But the hippos do yawn to display their teeth. It's usually a display tool kind of thing. So when they yawn, maybe there's been a hippo that's upset them, maybe they displaying to the hippo to say, hey look, back off, I can do you some damage here with my teeth. There may be something on the land that they're actually displaying towards us. They're actually highly territorial in the water, so even if we go there in the vehicle, sometimes you will get, especially the territorial bulls, also displaying to us, saying, hey look, don't come any closer, this is my pool. Not that you'd want to go in and fight him for it, but that's the whole purpose of yawning. And you'll see the babies actually copying the adults as well, although they don't have any teeth really to display. And when two bulls are actually wanting to fight, you'll see a lot of that, and a lot of bellowing, and we actually did have two hippos fighting quite a lot. And I think Mark seems to think that there's a new bull in town, and that's why there's been so much disruption lately. So it could well be, but I don't know who he's displacing, whether it's the Roman-nosed hippo that we've been seeing. We haven't seen Humgo for quite some time, actually. And a tear in his ear. There was another male with also a tear in his ear. Not as deep as Humgo's. We haven't seen any of those bulls, so... Whew, getting quite fresh now. Bird of the day, up there on the top of the tree. We're trying to make a bird list. Actually, I can't remember if we've done this one yet or not. I think we've done a cousin of it. A little bit obscure, which is actually not a bad thing. Oh, there we go. Anybody wanting to play along this morning? Let's see if we can ID a few things. And as I say, we're putting a bird list together, so any birds that we haven't seen on drive for a little while, we haven't got everyone to ID, then we're going to try and ID them. Let's say I think we've ID'd the cousin of this bird. Let's send it through to questions@wildersafari.tv. Looking a little bit dazed there. Who, me? What's going on? It's been a while since I've been down to Twin Downs actually. I can't remember the last time I went down to Twin Downs. Probably got to be about a week ago. I also want to check the southern boundary to see if crew would have popped back over. Maybe Zoe's Road might be a good bet. It would be great if the Salalas did come over onto this part of the world. We are from Londolozi apparently, originally. We were being quite naughty last night, I think. And one of the Salalas was actually climbing the trees. I think it was the same one that fell out of the tree a little while ago. Oh, I think I saw something here. Oh well, I'll take a little detour. done, Linda. Which Linda's that? Good morning, Linda. Linda being the first one coming back with the right answer. Timothy! Good morning, Timothy. Timothy wanting to know if they can see, we can see leopard this morning. Can I show him leopard? I hope so. I'd love to try and show you leopard this morning. Certainly going to try and give it a go. Also see if there's any other animals or any other birds or plants that people would like to see, or insects. We don't really have many insects this time of year. If anybody has something they would love to try and see on drive this morning, send it through as well. See if we get a bit of a list and see how well we do. Here we are at Twin Dams. But with the pride of lions that pass through here, we don't often get a chance to see them, so I just want to give people a chance. Ooh, hello, is that somebody over there? I saw something. Yeah, which is the way trees. Looked like they were cutting, almost looked like a rhino's body. Right shade. Looked like it was a rhino standing behind. But it was just the wall, the damn wall. Just
yeah, I got him.
yeah. There.
We're not talking about the same one now.
There. It's just
you
around
want the
there.
hippo?
Huh?
You
Oh,
want
why? Why? What are you looking at?
I was looking at the bird. There's a small bird there in the tree.
Small bird in the tree.
I'm gonna zoom in it.
Okay, well let's have a look at the bird. I can't see the bird.
But that's like a LBJ. Where is it now? Alright, Seb, go back to bed. Whoa.
Fair enough. Oh, let me just pull forward a little bit. Looks like the sun is coming up. Might be able to. Sorry.
You wanna go?
I'm just going to try and pull forward because the sun's coming up now. She's going to come up that side. Sneak down here. There are too many trees, I think. Well, we might be able to do it. Look at the hippo in the foreground. Kind of. Can you see it alright there? Oh. Good night, everybody. I think we got just a little bit too much static there, not getting anything. Quite a lot of birds calling this morning in the dawn chorus. You might just be able to hear the blacksmith lapwing calling. I wonder if something's bothering it. The sun looks like it is climbing, sorry?
I want to film the hippo.
Yeah, let's see if we can actually have a look at the hippo. That's pretty though. But I think the sun is actually climbing behind those clouds there. It's getting very bright there. Can you see the hippo? Hmm?
That's a cool shot.
Yeah, it is a nice shot. Hippo's disappeared. You see it? Just in case anyone hasn't been able to see a hippo. It's making the wise decision of staying underwater. You can actually see just the air movement from those water droplets coming off of the water there. And it's just like when you breathe out, your body is warmer than the outside, so the air that you're breathing out is warmer than the air, and so you do get these little moisture droplets, and that's what's happening off the water surface. So the water's actually held a little bit more warmth than the air above it, so the air is slightly cooler, so you're just getting these little water droplets forming as it condenses. Oh well, Hippo doesn't want to play with us.
He's coming back.
Oh, is he coming back up? So, I think Carol was asking just a little bit earlier about the yawns of the hippo. You can see this hippo is pretty relaxed with us being here. We haven't seen him displaying towards us yet. Just keeping an eye on us. Okay. That's quite pretty as well. Maybe. Aha. Perfectly adapted to life in the water with the nose, the ears and the eyes all on one level. So all they have to do is pull up the head And they've got all the sensors, pretty much all the sensors above the water. Maybe we need to try Leadwood Road and then Mumba Road. See if there's any tracks there. And then we'll cut through. Now I think we're still getting a lot of static. Then we'll cut through, go over towards Treehouse Dam. I was just thinking the leopard, or the leopard tail that we saw the other day. I'm thinking that leopard tail might have belonged to Whitecloth's son. Remember, if anybody was on board with us the other day, and we had the kudu barking down by Treehouse Dam, and I saw a leopard and then I just couldn't find him. I looked everywhere. He just disappeared. And that might have been Whitecloth's son. I thought it might have been Mishu and Duna, but they tend to be pretty relaxed, and I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have disappeared so quickly. So I do wonder if it might have been the ghost, which is aptly named. He's a master of hiding, disappearing, becoming invisible. It's like he was there, but he wasn't there. Morning all stations, are there any updates this morning? Oh, Gunda. Copy, did you say you've got the Ngala, or they moved on last night?
They moved last night, over in Kosovo.
Copy that, thank you. I'm here at Baboon Pan and I've got Lutu so far from the Inconsos.
Yes,
Sorry, you were breaking up?
No, I just wonder if I was eating grace just across from the next to the cat line.
Copy, do you know who it was? Okay. Just some updates from last night. Saying about the lions and where they were and they moved. Sounds like there was a leopard that crossed somewhere over in the east, but unfortunately we aren't able to go there. I was just trying to find who it was. Could have been Saseka, it could have been one of the boys. Nothing here. Maybe we should keep going down towards Cheetah Line, or maybe they didn't get this far. Maybe they cut in earlier. Did you say it was actually at Baboon Pan that they cut in? Or before Baboon Pan? Oh, further that way. Because Little Gary's that side. Oh, okay. So it is actually, it's back that way then. Little Gary's that way.
What is that white sign that goes with you? There's a white sign.
Oh, okay. Ah, so they might have got. Okay, well, let's go to the end then. Just finding out from Seb, just in case you can't hear him, just saying where the lines look like they crossed over this way, so it's further on. But if you would like to join us for a fireside chat tonight on request, someone suggested maybe we did a fireside chat on the full moon, which apparently is tonight, and we've managed to get 2 of the guys from the area to come in and have a chat with us. So if you would like to join us for that tonight, that's going to be at 7 o'clock Central Africa time. I'm sure they've got some stories of Karula's extended family, as well as well, her mother and her father, and some of the other happenings that goes on around the Sabi Sands, animal-wise. Let's see what we've got here. Hyena, fairly recently walked along here. This sign here. Ah, okay. They went right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they, unfortunately, they have gone off our property then. This is where. Oh, okay. So the guide was saying that it looked like they may have come back this side. Well, let's have a quick look. We'll still take maybe Mamba Road. Cheetah Cut Line a little bit. Cheetah Cut Line, which is where we are now, tends to get a lot of animal traffic through here. I don't know, there may be some dams or something just over the other side there, or something that pulls these animals through here, and it's quite an open spot as well. You do get quite a lot of traffic through here. This is generally the boundary of Karula, although sometimes she does go further afield into Torchwood, but I'm still not convinced it's part of a territory, maybe, because she doesn't go there very often. Sometimes, you know, animals might not stick to the boundaries of the territory. Sometimes they will push those boundaries. So it might just be that's what she did the other day. She usually walks straight up here. Mafuffinyan, also we've seen, sorry, not Mafuffinyan, Yambili and also Ngula utilise this particular walkway. Actually no, Mafuffinyan also, we did see him the other day. Ooh. That's another one. Oh no, same one, flew off. Thought it might have been another member of the family. Of the birds we're busy IDing. Actually, is there any more answers? Wanting to see a baby something. Good morning. Binky coming back with pied barbet. Was that the guess for the bird? Or wanting to find a pied barbet? I think it's probably a guess for the bird, Havy. Good morning to you. Unfortunately, not the correct answer. Gail coming back with pied kingfisher. Morning, Gail. See, now I am getting confused. RJ. Giraffe, or what was the other one? Oh, lions. Lions would be very cool. Oh, looky, looky. Got some lion tracks. Oh, but then they walked off there. It's not very handy. So, I'll keep a lookout for a pied kingfisher and a pied barbet. In case they weren't the guesses for the bird. But those tracks aren't too long ago. Keep a lookout for any movement in here. Stations. I've got one set of Ngalo Consos heading northeast, Cheetah Cut line, crossing over into Torchwood. King Alan Hewitt. Good morning to you. Good to hear from you. And a couple of things this morning. First one, it looks like Huey is missing from the gang. Can I comment on that? And unfortunately, it does look like he is no longer with the gang. We don't know what's happened to him. We don't know if he's gone south to rejoin the rest of the troop. We don't know if something hunted him. Maybe, unfortunately, something caught him. Not entirely sure. I was hoping maybe he might just come back. But sadly not. I think he has gone. I think he's been away a little bit too long now. It looks like there was a jackal-an about. Not getting a nice track to show you though. Every so often I'm seeing one. It doesn't look like there's a jackal. Oh. Take it Mamba Road's no longer crossable then. Sure, those line tracks were fairly fresh, eh? I think those lines are two, or there's at least one line. Doesn't look like they came back out onto the road though. Crossed over into Torchwood. Let's keep having a little bit of a further... Oh, I can't speak this morning. A little longer look up here. Those jackal tracks are heading this way. Maybe they could smell something. Maybe something happened with the lions and they didn't cross back onto here. But I'd be very surprised because those tracks did look pretty fresh. probably in the last 20 minutes or so, maybe half an hour. And also, bird beaks. Why do birds have different sized beaks? Is it to do with habitat or diet? And it is mostly to do with what they eat. So the bills are custom made or custom designed for what they eat. So if you've got birds that eat insects, ground insects, you usually get birds with these long thin beaks that they can probe the ground. And they've got a little bit of depth on them so they can actually reach certain insects at a certain distance below the ground. You've got the birds that eat seeds, so they need to have a bit of strength in that beak, so you tend to have them with quite a conical shaped beak. It gives them that little bit of extra strength cracking the seed or getting the fruit. Insect eaters, again, fairly long, thin beak, catching the insects. Then you've got the very specialised bills, like on the flamingo. They've got almost like a filter feeding system in their beak, so they can sift out the crustaceans from the water. The yellow-billed hornbills up here. So Linda is the only one that came back with the right answer. It was a red-billed hornbill. We've seen the yellow-billed the other day. There's the yellow-billed. We might just get them displaying there actually. I was reading something very funny the other day. The correct terminology for this type of hornbill is a head-down clucker. And I'm hoping they're going to demonstrate why. He just was, I heard him. You can see him watching us. Actually, while we're waiting, do you think you can get those two southern white-crowned shrikes nuzzling up together? There we go. Oh, he's going to do it now. There we go. That is why they're technically termed the head-down cluckers, because they put the head down, hold the wings up and start clucking. Oh, and the white shrikes have just flown off. That's a shame. Oh well. Okay. I think the lines are back that way. Let's just have another look down that side. Maybe they have gone into Torchwood and they're going to stay in Torchwood. But let's just have a quick look. Could be that something caught the eye. And they went in there. And once we drove past, maybe they'll come back out. Who knows? Let's give it a go. Or maybe as we drive past, maybe one of them will just put the heads up. Maybe they're just in here somewhere. Otherwise, then we'll head back that side and have a look down Rebecca's Road. Oh yes. I was thinking, why is Radio 2 so quiet? Fortunately, there's a problem with the radios. I'm sure everyone is aware. It's been happening for many months now. We've actually had somebody come and visit it yesterday and found that there was a piece broken. Now we don't know if it was one of the storms during the summer, but that's possibly why there's been such a problem with the radios. But, the lodge did inform us yesterday. Came out. Check down here a little bit. Hi Linda. Thanks for sending the pictures through yesterday. The sounds of the hippos underwater. I haven't actually, unfortunately. I'm not personally anyway. I think I remember seeing a program where you can actually hear the clicks. You can hear them. Just have a microphone underwater. Thinking maybe his lines might have crossed out here, or maybe they might. Call that you hear the hippos giving, and that's the one above the water. That's the one that they're very famous for. I forget what program it was now though. I just happened to see it on the TV channel. They sound a little bit like the dolphins, from what I can remember. Carry on down Number Road.
Okay, could be we put those coastal Gala from Rhino to the line. Then like he's crossed to the east.
They saw something there. Okay. Well, let's keep going down on the road then. Let's see something there. No, doesn't look like it. Ephraim, come in. Yeah, check that little loop that comes off of Cheetah Line. There's a loop to there at the moment, so I'm going to keep heading down Mumba Road. I think they are in the block between Cheetah Line, Mumba Road, that area.
Yeah, also the rest, we forgot someone else called it convenient inside the east. Canal, not to make down the chain again.
So is that you on Torchwood at the moment?
Yeah, I'm back in the fabric here.
Okay, copy, sorry, good to see you.
Yeah, come in.
Ephraim?
Yeah, over.
Where you now, Bob?
Yeah, we're actually on channel 3 at the moment, which is usually the Western channel.
Okay, just let you guys know, Lucas phone is got Lungada there on the plate.
Ah, okay. said someone's seen a couple of lions. Not this pride. This is the 5. They are in Impala Plains. So we'll keep going down Mumba Road. If we didn't have any luck with these 5, let's head over towards Impala Plains. So I wonder who the 2 are. Sorry, how many species of... missed that. Oh, fish! Hi, Brenda! Good morning to you. Wondering how many species of fish there are on... Ah, we're back again? I hope so. Oh, hello, giraffe. Oh, what's giraffe looking at? Stations, there's one Lamiti, Mumba Road, headed south, headed north. Okay. Well, we'll leave the other vehicle to carry on looking for those lines, because this is quite a big block, and I wonder if they are... I think they're possibly between that little road that we just tried, that little 2-track, and Cheetah Cut Line. Ah, there he is. We had a giraffe, he wandered off, and now I just spotted him again. I'm just going to pull around here. I'm not going to be able to go right up to him. I'm just going to pull around just off the road here. There we go, you can see him just at the back there. So we haven't seen giraffe for a little while. There we go. I've been around. I wonder if it's just been this bull, because I always see one set of tracks. And I think this might be the same bull as what Mark saw yesterday. With it being a little bit more chilly, they do tend to stick closer to the middle of the bush. A nice dark bull. So I'm hoping, I think, was it Liana who was asking about giraffe the other day? I'm hoping Liana's watching. And there's a couple of other people as well. There he goes. Bye, Mr. Giraffe. Oh, just watch the... Okay. So, fish, Brenda. Sorry. Do we have piranhas? Piranhas? Why does that not sound quite right? Piranhas. No. Piranhas, and how many species of fish do we have? But it is difficult to say. I don't think anyone's done a study on the amount of fish in the dams here. I'd say probably catfish are here, barbel, and possibly some tilapia in there. But I'm not too sure which other species might be in there. I think I read the other day there might be about 30 or 40 species of fish in the Greater Kruger National Park, give or take. But we don't have any like the piranha. We have something worse. We have the crocodile. It's obviously not a fish. Still pretty dangerous. I don't even think we have anything like the pike either. It's not the fish you've got to worry about, it's the hippos and the crocodiles in the water. And bilharzia, the parasites. And good morning to you, Davina. Good morning. Wondering if we ever see cheetah, and we do. Sometimes we do see cheetah. But this is not the normal habitat for cheetah. So when we do see cheetah, they're usually passing through to get to larger open plains. Sometimes they stay for a couple of days. Sometimes they do move on overnight, or during the day, I should say. They're more active during the day. Although, full moon, sometimes they will move overnight. We actually had some cheetah on my old reserve that thought they were leopards and actually did more moving around at night than they did during the day. Quite a number of people asking about the fire breaks. You are going to be seeing patches where it's been burnt, and these are basically to protect the different properties. So they actually take between two roads a section and they'll burn that section, and they will have that as almost like a fence for when a fire comes. And obviously a fence, the fires can jump over the fence, but this huge gap is less likely to be able to jump. So once it's burned, it's going to be very difficult to burn again, unless you have a very hot fire and there's still one or two plants that might be able to burn. But generally it actually does work. Generally the fire can't jump over the gap. So all around we've had our northern boundary done, and the eastern boundary has now been done. I don't think there's one in the southern boundary. I think there is one on the western boundary though. So if there is a runaway fire, it should be contained. Just a quick look, so I want to try and get over to Impala Plains, their namesake. See it through there? Not really. Yeah, a little bit too far in the bush. They're really out. I want to try and head over towards Impala Plains. So someone said that they saw a couple of lions there. So I've left the search that side for now, because we did see a lot of pride yesterday, and I want to see who these two lions are, and hopefully they're going to stick around. long enough for us to get there. But I'll keep my ear to the ground about the search that's going on there, because we've basically done the roads that we can do. So I think they might still be in that block somewhere. They might have some luck, maybe they can send somebody in to go and have a look. Sometimes they'll just walk off into the bush with the guides. Now I could do that, but then you guys are going to be sitting there without anyone doing or saying anything. Can you get the impala through there? Such a common antelope, and I'm struggling to actually see them this morning. Actually, let me move on. Oh, can you see them? Kinda. Barely. Oh, there you go. Just in case there's anyone on board that's not met an impala before. That is an impala. They're choosing to hide this morning. We might see some more later on. But just in case we don't. You can never guarantee. Even something as common as an impala, you can't guarantee that you're going to see it. The sun is starting to warm up now, so we should start to see a little bit more movement, and that's why I think already we're seeing a little bit of movement from these animals. And I was actually trying to find out if anybody has been to Rebecca's Road, where the cubs were last seen. Oh, there we go. There's an impala just out on the open view. On Rebecca's Road, the cubs were seen a couple of nights ago with the mother feeding. So some of the guys did go back there, but they haven't found anything, unfortunately. And it sounded like there was one track heading west on Gowrie, Maine. Hello, ladies. Can we say hello to you? There you go, that's a better view of the impala. Is there any station that's responded to the Ngala on Impala Plains? No one can hear me here.
Very nice station now. Lucas and Andrew.
Copy, thanks Ephraim. I'm going to try and make my way there if Andrew or Lucas can copy me.
Andrew.
Beautiful ladies. You see the coat's actually got a little bit thicker, because it is winter now. Standing by?
Yeah, I think Lucas now is putting out now the one station then the lock.
Copy, thanks Ephraim. Any luck your side with the Salalas?
Yeah, the other content now look like he's heading south and northeast. So to camp. Central to the east. What are your flowers?
Okay, should we move on? Okay, copy. The last ones I had were going northwest into the block.
Yeah, you're there. You're to the side. And I think like he's putting on the
Okay, copy. Thanks a lot, Ephraim. Good luck. Oh, sorry, little emerald spotted doves. Okay, so apparently there is a station with the lions this side. Sounds like the Salalas pulled a Houdini on us, and they've gone east into Torchwood. So at some stage, those tracks that we were following, they must have come back out again, just missed them, and they went off east. Ah, thanks Penny. Penny's saying 49 species of fish in Kruger National Park. And that is going to be one of the things that makes up a crocodile's diet. Although the larger they get, the larger mammals they can take down. And they are masters of conservation of energy. I've seen clips where crocodiles will actually sit in a flowing river and just sit with their mouths open and wait for fish to actually tumble into their mouths. Amazing. And Yvonne, good morning Yvonne. Do we have secretary birds? And I wonder if we have actually seen one on Wild Earth. Maybe some of the older viewers can help me out with that one. I wouldn't be surprised if we could see one. They are in the area, but this is not, maybe not the favourite area. They like the open plains. But I have seen secretary birds in this type of habitat, so it's not a no-no, but we don't tend to see them around here. But there is a possibility, because they are, just like a cheetah, it could be they're passing through, or like an ostrich, they could just be passing through. Amber, good morning to you Amber. And I wonder if you're asking because of Africa. Do we get black-footed cats here? And unfortunately not. But Africa is, as some of you know, she was at Pete's Pond for quite a while, and she came to us for a little while to control the camera at the waterhole. And she's now doing some research on 2 black-footed cats that's been released, and she's going to be following them and their progress. Oh, we've got some elephant tracks as well, but let's keep going. We'll come back to the elephant tracks. It might even be around this area. So we're still on the lookout for a leopard and baby something this morning. Andrew, come in. Still not able to copy me. We very rarely use this channel. We usually only use it on the boundary, but unfortunately we're having to use it. So we're actually hearing a lot more than what we normally do. We only usually use it when we go to the boundaries, because that's where we need to get in touch with the people from the west, especially on Triple M in Gary, Maine. But with our normal channel being down, we're all using this channel, so that's why we're hearing some people and not others. Hopefully it's going to be fixed, and we should actually have perfect and clear radio channel. Once it gets fixed. Andrew, come in. So there's no guarantee these lines are still going to be here. I'm hoping that they don't move just yet. They're going to be out sunning themselves. I don't know who they are. I'm wondering if it's the 2 that were around Gary Dam the other night. Copy. I just wanted to make my way to the Ngala. I'm on Zoe's Road now. anybody wanting to know how big our property is, it's probably about 800 hectares that we can actually get a good signal, probably about 1,000 hectares that we traverse. And we've gone from our eastern boundary and we're going to be going to our western boundary. Sabine. Morning, Sabine. Wondering if we get coconut trees here, and what's the elephant and giraffe's favourite food? We don't get the coconut trees here. They tend to be more of a coastal plant. No, in Mozambique you get the coconut trees there. The palm trees. What's the elephant and giraffe's favourite food? Depending on the area, it will dictate their diet quite a lot. And there are some areas where elephants will eat some trees over other trees, and yet in some areas they might be forced to eat those trees that other elephants will turn the trunks of them. Depending on, it all depends on the rock that you've got. So if you've got a rock that will give rise to quite nutritious food, trees like the acacias. Good morning. How are you doing? Good, thank you.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, so Henry's on log.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
so when you take an Impala plane
Yeah,
and then
Triple A.
yeah, you can take the Triple A, but the best way is when you take an Impala plane and before that power line.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you will see the tracks going in.
Oh, okay.
But Andrew can hear you when you are on the road. He will call you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's on the west of Impala Plain.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Thank you.
On that block.
Are they sleeping?
Yeah, they're sleeping.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, there's two more daughters.
Oh, nice. Which ones?
I'm not sure because
sure.
the one who's got a broken leg is like.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
think it was the ones that were around Gary Dam the other night then. They were hunting.
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
My pleasure.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Awesome, I'm very well, thank you. Are you going to see the
listen.
hyenas? I don't know, we
What
haven't
did
been
you say?
yet, so I'm going to try and go back there just now. We want to see if we can
Yeah, for
have a look at the lions
for
first.
now, I know. I'm
definitely.
still,
Alrighty, well, good luck.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, they said there were elephants on the Triple M, so
Oh,
but
okay.
there were more west.
Oh, okay, so west.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Nkonzas here, but I don't know if it's the same herd.
Where did you say?
Just down here.
Down here.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, so I think they might be the same herd that's gone.
Oh, all right.
So I didn't have a good look.
Yeah.
See you later. So we have seen the elephants eating a wide range of trees here, but certainly the round-leaf teaks they enjoy, and the bush willows, especially the roots of the bush willows. And we've seen them eating torchwoods or green thorns, marula fruits from the marula trees. Depends on the season. Even silver cluster leaves this time of year. And the giraffe I've seen eating, we don't get it here, but they also have quite a high tolerance for the tannins. And I've seen them eating tinderwood, which is very, very bitter. I used to give my guest the leaf, and I was explaining to my guests and showing them, because you've got more of the sour taste buds on the side of your tongue, so to really get the full flavour you just put it on the side of your tongue. And I was saying to my guests, don't eat it, just put it on the side of your tongue. And I was just about to demonstrate, And unfortunately one of my guests didn't speak English too well, so he starts putting the leaf in his mouth and starts chewing chewing it, and he was sort of spitting it out straight away and sort of, you know, sort of wiping his tongue and wanting to drink a lot of water. But I did say don't put it in your mouth, but unfortunately, as I say, he didn't quite understand. But the rest of the family, his family, found it highly amusing. But very, very bitter treat. And again, we see them eating bush willows, and acacias is one of their favourite foods. The acacia trees, very, very nutritious trees. So, especially if you've got the basalt rock, you get a lot of acacias. Unfortunately, here we get a lot of broadleaf trees like the bush willows. We have granite. Granite rock is our base rock, which is quite acidic. We have a lot of marulas and bush willows, things like that. And even the elephants will eat acacias. They enjoy the acacias by the looks of it. But a gardenia is one of those trees that some elephants in some areas will eat and some elephants in other areas will leave. They have the choice. Okay. So it's on the western side here. I'm thinking somewhere around here maybe. Andrew.
You guys have any reading?
Andrew, I can copy you now. Are you on Impala Plains Road, or is it better to come in from Triple M side?
You come from Triple M. Where are you now?
I'm just on the western side of Impala Plains now.
Yeah, come along Triple M there.
Copy that, thank you. Okay, and Lucas was just saying that the lions, it does sound like it was the two that were hunting down by Gowrie Down the other day. Two males. Bear with us, we may lose signal here. This is one of those areas where sometimes we get signal, sometimes we don't. But hopefully we should get signal once we stop moving. Go north from the exit. Just need to look for the tracks. Hoping they're going to be on this side though. also looking possible. Just looking for an area where there's a lot of movement. This could also be from last night. There's nothing really saying that there's been a vehicle going in there straight away. Looks like they've actually crossed over and gone in that side. Possibly from last night. Andrew, come in.
Got your visual?
Copy. I've got the consoles now, thank you. There we go. This is what we're looking for. Tracks actually coming in. Oh, there we go. Good morning. Good, how you doing? Oh, good man.
Wonderful, nice to see you.
Yeah, you too, hey?
Long time.
Yeah, it has, hey?
Good,
Good morning.
How are you, man? Good, thanks. How are you doing? You alright? Yeah.
So are they just in here?
Yeah, you follow my track.
Okay.
It's actually 2 males.
Oh,
Another one
okay.
is-
Do you know
another
who they
one
are?
is- Looks like Nkuhuma's young man.
I thought so.
Yeah, so I'll pop up to your place one day.
Yeah, definitely you should do, hey? Definitely.
Okay, right?
Alrighty. Any news on Karula?
No, I don't know. Looks like since I'm sure they saw her yesterday.
I heard she went south,
South,
and then
yeah,
they said there
probably.
was an Enconza going west, but that was
Yeah.
it, so...
So,
Oh well, we'll keep
Alright.
looking.
Sure.
Thanks
I
a lot,
think
Dave.
Jacques might be coming in.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Awesome. I'll keep a
fine.
listen out for
Alright.
him.
Thanks,
Good
Dave.
luck. Enjoy your safari. Okay, Andrew seems to think they're the Nkuhumas, which is what I wondered when I first heard about Gary Dam, but I just wanted to try and confirm it because unfortunately we don't see these guys very often. It'll be about a year since we've seen them. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, I can't see where these tracks go now. There's the one, where's the other? Can you see them nicely through there? Sorry? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. You can see the one there. Unfortunately, there's not. He's hiding behind a bush at the moment, so I think we're just going to have to. He's watching us, so I think we're just going to have to stay here for a little while. The sun's in the right place for us, at least. If we go around the other side, he's going to be even more hidden. Unfortunately, that tree's just at the wrong height, hey? So I think it was these guys that you guys caught on camera trying to chase around the buffalo, and if you remember there was one that was limping, and I wonder if it is the same one Andrew was saying. Maybe males. Now the Nkuhumas, we've seen the females with the cubs, but once males get to about 2.5, 3 years old, sometimes 3.5, they start getting pushed out of the pride, usually by the territorial males as well as the females. And if it is the same boys, as I say, I haven't heard or seen them for about a year. Tell you what, should I just take a walk just over the back there and just see who pops up? I wonder, maybe we might get a better view from that side, from behind this tree here. I think that might actually be better. Unfortunately, there's a little tree. He's just at the wrong height for us. Let me just see if we pull back, we might actually get a better view of him. I think that's slightly better. Hello, beautiful. See, there's not too much mane growth on him, and that could be that they just haven't been eating too well. This could be the one that's injured, because that can have an effect if they run down or if they're not doing too well. It will affect their mane growth, and that's one of the reasons why females may pick males with larger manes, because it shows that they are fit and well and healthy, as well as the age going hand in hand with that, because their mane starts growing. And you can even see it on very young cubs. You can see the size difference between cubs, male cubs and female cubs, and you can even see little wisps of hair. But you really only see the mane starting to come through about a year and a half, 2 years old. And it will continue to grow throughout their life. But if they do lose condition, then they might lose part of the mane, or the mane might not grow as quickly. And that could be what's happening here. Hi Sherry, good morning to you. Wondering if we carry any protection should an animal attack us. Well, our main protection is our brain, our mind. But we shouldn't really get into that situation where an animal will want to attack us. Now, sometimes it does happen where a situation changes. Ah, there he is, I can see him. Actually, let's grab the binoculars, because that's looking more like a female. I did hear, I think someone thought that there was 2 males and a female. No, maybe it is just a very young male. Just about to see his head popping up. There you go. That actually looks a much younger male than the Nkuhumas. Maybe they're not the Nkuhumas. So he does look very, very young. Even when we last saw them, they were at least having a little bit of a fuller mane. But that looks like a very young male. That looks like he's only really just been recently pushed out of his pride, maybe about 2.5 years old. There's a bit of a crest there on top of his head. Big age difference at least. Standing by? Standing by?
Do you mind if I come and join you there? I'm here on Triple M close on Polaroid.
Affirmative, keep going north on Triple M, then you'll see the Nkonzos. It looks like there's a couple of sets that look like they went off last night, but keep going north until you get our Nkonzos coming in from this morning. Ah, you came in from the north. Okay, I've just got your visual now.
Copy, I got you.
But as far as carrying any weapons or anything, we don't do that. Let's say we try and at least respect the animals, and we actually read what they're telling us, and they'll tell us if they're not happy with us. You'll see this line here, well, both of them actually, they've put their heads down. That one, the one at the back, didn't even put his head up. That's why we couldn't see him to begin with. But if they're not happy with us, they'll start flattening their ears, they'll start snarling, they'll start flicking their tail. And so just as we drove in, he was kind of watching us, which says to me, okay, don't get any closer, because he is alert to us. I don't know if we're going to be able to... yeah, you might have to come around this side. We've got a problem with the tree here.
Morning.
Good morning. Yeah, there's one just here, and then there's one further back.
Where's the other one?
He's just further back. He's actually just in the bushes at the back there.
Oh, that thick stuff.
Yeah. So we can pull back a little bit and you can come in here if you want. You should be able to see past the tree. You can see there.
Wait for him to see if he maybe wants to move.
You sure?
So we'll hang around.
So this line is very much relaxed with us. You see, eyes are closed, his head's down. And that's basically what we look for. And good morning, Annette. Welcome on board this morning. Wondering how badly hurt the lion is. I don't know. We haven't seen him move. I'm only going off of what everyone was saying when they were watching them trying to hunt at the dam. I don't know which one is injured. It could be this male that we're looking at now. It could be the younger male. Someone was saying that it looked like his leg might be injured, it might be broken, he might just be limping for a thorn in his foot. As I say, I don't know how badly injured his leg is at all. I didn't see the video either. So until he stands up, I don't know. But animals are very resilient, and they can cope with injuries to a certain degree, and lions will also scavenge. They will catch small prey as well. They won't just go for big prey. So they are opportunistic. They will try anything, even termites, if they really have to. So if they do have an injury, as I say, it will decrease the mane growth. Being males, it will have an effect on the mane growth. But, I mean, we've heard of one of the lions being in quite a serious fight, and he managed to find himself food. He was scavenging food, and it looked like he was on death's door. Apparently people were giving him no more than the night to live. And yet, a week later, he was still around, and his injuries were healing. And as long as they can get food, even if it is scavenging, there is a good chance that they can survive as long as they keep out of the way of the lions. But it is the natural way of things, and that's actually how the lions keep a check of the population as well. And it is part of lion life. You get these peaks and troughs of peace. It is a very turmoil animal. Hi, Lucille and Jim, wanting to know, do lions ever attack cheetahs? Sometimes they do. Lions have been known to attack cheetahs. Unfortunately, cheetahs are quite far down on the predator scale. And I heard a very sad story. There was a female cheetah with 5 cubs, and a guide was watching, and they're sitting. It was actually a road where they had to walk up the banking onto the road and then walk down the other side. And the female cheetah walked up on top of the road with the cubs in tow. But unfortunately, she didn't realise there was lions sleeping on the other side. I don't think the guide did either. And she walked down the other side and walked right into some sleeping lions, who immediately woke up and started chasing her and the cubs. And unfortunately, lions seem to be capable of counting. And the lions waited for the yelps of the cubs to try and relocate the mother. And when they heard the yelps of the cubs, that's when the lions went in and killed the cubs. And I think they got all bar 1 cub and the mother. And they were actually waiting for those cubs to call.
They were east of Rhino-Cutline, quite a while east of Rhino-Cutline, close to the Coral side, on the far branch of Torchwood, but they were wabbaing south, so I don't know if they maybe crossed over into Coral.
That sun is starting to warm up quite nicely. So I'm just wanting to sit with them just a little bit longer, even though they are sleeping, because they could just move. He might just go and move next to the other lion. He might just decide that he's nice and warm where he is and he wants to have a little bit more warmth from the sun. I think let's just give him a few more minutes before we do move on. We haven't really seen too much this morning. And the thing is with cats, is there's always a possibility that they will move. They might just change their sleeping position. They might just get up and move to another sleeping position. Something might just walk through here, and if they're hungry, which I suspect they might be, they might just try and hunt. If there's a herd of elephants close by, someone said there was a herd of elephants that were in the west. They may be carrying on west, they might be coming back this way. They may just disturb these lions. So anything is possible here in the bush. And it's always worth just spending a little bit of time, because you don't know what's going to happen next. And that is part of the excitement. It's not knowing. Hi, Suzanne. Good morning to you. Wondering if there's a situation where an old lioness would be banished from the pride, or even an injured lioness. And it's one that I've not experienced. And I think as long as the lioness can keep up with the pride, she might even just follow the pride. I don't think she would be banished for an injury, but I think it would be whether she can actually just keep up with them on the move. And I have seen instances where an injured lion will just keep on the tail of the lions and maybe a kilometre or so distance from them, and actually just keep following them, just following the scent and calling as well. But I can't think of when a female would be banished either. I mean, lion society I don't think is complex. It would still be complex, but maybe not as complex as maybe elephant society. And they do need the numbers to be able to hunt. Especially the large animals, they are capable of hunting by themselves. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think it's happened, but maybe there has been one or two instances where it has and I'm just not aware of them. But if it does, I think it would be very abnormal. But lions also, they won't allow usually strangers into the pride. For a stranger to be accepted into a pride, it can happen, but it's very difficult. It doesn't usually happen. I think some people are hoping that maybe the sandy patch female was going to join one of the prides, maybe the Nkuhumas, but I think it was actually the Nkuhumas who were responsible for killing the sandy patch prides, some of those females, and I really think that they would know they would recognise each other, and I'm really sure she would not have wanted to join that pride at all. And unfortunately I don't think she has survived the sandy patch female. I think she died just as I arrived at Wild Earth actually. It was just herself and a cub. I'm hoping that maybe she did join a pride, or maybe she moved out the area to a different area, but I'm not so sure they have survived. I'm wondering if we might be able to get a view of the other one from the other side, if we're going from that side. We can maybe give it a go. Let's see if we can just see the other lion. Just going to reverse out and try and go in from that side. Know where he is, so we might, unfortunately, going in the other side, it's better for the light, but unfortunately it's quite thick in there. Maybe from this side we might just be able to see him. Stop here because I don't know how the vehicle's moving now as well. Okay. Oh, can you see him there? Hi Marlene, I'm trying to see if there's any distinguishing marks with these lions. Unfortunately they're not lifting their heads up too much at the moment. Actually we can see him quite nicely from here. The other male. Can you see him? Sorry, I missed the last part of that, but welcome on board, Larka Wolf. He's still... He was actually lifting his head up. I thought we might be able to see the spot pattern on this side, but not quite. I think I just need to get over a little bit more so we can actually see him, but as I say, I wanted to stop moving, especially when animals are sitting or lying down and not moving. It's best not to have too many vehicles moving around them at any one time. Oh, there we go. Let's just put his head up again. Oh, are you getting a scent of something? Oh, there we go. You see that pink nose. He's got quite an interesting spot pattern on the whiskers. Above the whisker line, he's got quite a big spot with the two smaller spots next to it, and quite a smudged top whisker line. And two nicks in the top of the left ear. You can just about see those now that he's turned his ear. So that's going to be quite... Oh. The youngster's just yawned. I wonder if he's going to go and join him. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I'll come and join him now. And it's this little boy that's got the injury. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's putting any weight on it at all.
Any vehicle station coming?
Good morning. I'm not Voyatella, I'm Wild Earth, but can I help you?
Yep, thank you. I spoke up more via now east of Agari of Triple M North. They book something there.
Affirmative to my daughter in Gala.
Okay, thank you. Is Henry there or Ephraim?
They have been on the radio, but they're not here now. Okay, I'm going to try and move. a shame. I wonder if he got on the wrong side of a buffalo or something along those lines. It's never nice to see. And unfortunately, if it has occurred naturally, maybe while they were hunting, we can't get involved. It is part of the natural cycle. There to where I want to meet. I didn't think so. Can you see them nicely through this gap here? Because I don't want to go too much further. A bit further back. Oh, we're behind branches. See, now if he's teamed up with this beautiful boy, then chances are he can... Oh shit. Chances are he's going to be able to help him out with food. So if he can keep enough food, keep getting enough food in him, then that leg should heal. If I move into there, what do you think?
Come in front of the mower or behind the white F mower.
I think I'm
Yeah, I'm going to try and move here. Oops. Sorry, boys. Sorry, boys. I thought I could squeeze past that little branch there. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Now we've got a pretty nice view of these two male lions. And all this licking and grooming is all very important for keeping the bonds between these two. Difficult to say if they're related or not. There is a huge age difference by the looks of it. I'd have thought so. But maybe they were from the same pride, just different ages. And with the older one maybe being chased away, the younger one went with. Good morning. Good morning. Easy, easy, easy. Could be that, let's say it's difficult to say when the injury occurred. It could be that he's had it for a little while. And maybe that's why he looks a bit younger than the other one. Again, because of the main growth being stunted by his injury. Seems quite a size difference with the heads. Looking at him now, maybe there isn't such as much of a age difference as what I thought originally when they were sitting separate. Hi Lindsay, wanting to know if other lions will attack him with him having an injury. It's difficult to say. I mean, at this age they might not pose, they wouldn't really pose a threat to the big male lions in the area, but unfortunately the Majingi lions do have a bad reputation of killing lions. Although they did allow the young Styx male to feed with them a few times. He was on his own. And again, at this age they're not really going to pose a threat to them, and two males not going to really pose a threat to four big males. So they might just let them be as long as they don't call, they don't try and mark territory, and they just kind of go under the radar. Especially at this age. I don't know, now we've got them side by side, it could be that they are brothers, and as I say, just maybe that injury, if it is older, it's just stunted that mane growth, and it could well be that they were from the same litter. Or it could be that they're two single males that have maybe joined up. That is also a possibility, because one male lion on his own is not going to be a great life. He's going to struggle. He will probably be a nomad for the rest of his life. He won't be able to hold on to a territory really unless he's the only male in the area. Or if there's no big prides in the area, or big coalitions. But we've got some very big coalitions in the area. So in this area he won't really do too well. He would have to again go underneath the radar and either try and join with other males or live as a nomad if he can keep avoiding those males. And the older he gets, then they are going to see him as a threat. Hi Julie. Good morning to you. Oh, Jilly, sorry Jilly. And asking if is there any way of euthanizing him or euthanizing him? I don't know if there was any more to that question. Maybe at what stage to euthanize? But I mean, at the moment he looks, apart from his injured leg, I mean, you can't say that he's looking down in the mouth, you can't say that he's looking sorry for himself. I mean, he's just sitting like that, you'd think that he's a very healthy lion. So, at what stage do you draw that line? And as I say, there are animals that sometimes look like they're on death's door, and then all of a sudden they pull it back. And they're actually able to survive, and they're able to overcome that injury or the disease, and they actually go on to be extremely strong. And that's difficulty. And I think for me, if the animal is really struggling and really, that there's absolutely no way it could come back, I think for me, I would like to see animals being put down. But as I say, it's very difficult where you draw that line. Now I'm actually looking at his leg now, and it looks like it's swollen. What would be the equivalent of our ankle joint. It's very swollen there. So maybe it's either broken a little bit there or fractured. But it looks like that's where the swelling is, but everything else looks fine. I say animals are able, as long as he keeps the weight off it, it will knit. Okay, you might not be able to have the full flexibility from what it was originally, but if this male can keep him fed and he can get some weight on him, I say he still looks pretty sprightly. And it is stressful for animals if animals get knocked out and then vet comes and has things, if the animal has operations done on them, it's very stressful for them, and just that stress may actually kill them. And as I say, who's to say if we don't interfere that the animal can actually overcome it? And it's, as an animal lover, it really is. I don't enjoy seeing animals in pain or injured. But as I say, sometimes you do have to step back and see that bigger picture, and it is the natural way of things. Animals do get injured, they do get diseases, and if every animal that you saw was actually saved, then you actually start upsetting the balance, because then if you save every lion, you've got to save every impala, and if you save every impala that you see, then it's going to be a lot more difficult for the predators to actually catch those impala. And why is a lion any different to an impala? It is for us, because we love to see the lions. Lions are very charismatic creatures, so are impala. But in our head, I'm just going to move out the way. Should we get past? Certainly in our head, we've already kind of got it pre-programmed that, okay, impala are food for a lot of animals. But as I said earlier, if every lion was saved, and after every conflict, then there's going to be too many lion and taking out too many antelope. So actually they're going to be quite detrimental to that population. Fit through here. As I say, it's a very difficult one.
In charge, one other mobile.
I think they might be heading into the big bush.
I'll give it a give. I'll maybe stop for some bulls out there on the eastern side of Impala Plains.
Sorry, I'm just getting a little bit of break up there. Oh, there they are. They're just on the other side there. I think Sandy was saying it looks like his hip might be out of place. I wasn't actually looking at that too closely, Sandy. It might be. As I say, I wonder if maybe a buffalo got hold of him. And as I say, during the hunting, there is a possibility that they can be injured by these horns, and we may have to leave them at some stage. Oh, actually, it looks like they are settling down. Last look. Around there. Ooh, squeaky brakes. So I don't know, Sandy. It could well be. Could just be that he just doesn't have any meat on him as such. Ooh. Big log there. Big log there too. Nice to know where they go. Huh? Oh, they're leaving already. There they are. Yeah, I think we'll let them leave them to go. I thought they were settling down over the other side there. He's actually swinging that leg. He does have quite a lot of movement in the top part of that leg. That's what makes me wonder. See, I would have thought if his hips out, that you don't think he would actually have as much movement there as what he does have. It's a little bit open here. Let's just see if they are settling down there. Thanks, Rosie and Luann. Saying if it is the Nkuhuma male, then he's been like that for over a year. As I say, I'm not sure if it is. I really am not sure. So that was what my first thought was. And I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I'm going to settle down underneath that guari bush. Sorry, Sebastian, that's not the best angle in the world. Can you see him past that little bush there?
Right behind that bush.
Yeah, he's right behind the bush. But they are settling down there. It is getting quite tall grass there. So I think we're going to leave them to it. Might see if they come back. But if anyone was able to try and get some ID on them, I think we'll have to check those two notches in the top left part of the top left ear of the larger male, and just see if there is any correlation between that and one of the Nkuhumas, one of those males, and just see if there is anything. I didn't notice anything in particular on the injured male. I don't know if we actually got a good look at the injured male, what injury it was that he had. But as I say, that looked to me mostly like a swelling around that ankle joint, basically. But the movement on the top of the leg, as I say, I've not really seen that many dislocated animals, but I would have thought he wouldn't really be able to have that movement in the top of the leg or even the hip. But as I say, apart from that, he does look quite sprightly. And he's still going, he's still fighting. It's when an animal gives up hope, it's when an animal gives up that fight, I think that's really when that is game over. Looks like an elephant. getting a lot of breakup again. Okay, well, let's continue our search for maybe some leopards. Oops. Now, usually, you can actually follow where I've gone. Does that just look like where we were? Oh, there we go. We went through here, didn't we? I remember now. Kind of squeeze past. I think. Could be wrong. Station leaving the Tuangala, found further into the Slatine. They are Lalapans now, just off of Triple M on the eastern side. You'll have to follow the Nkonzos in. They're quite far from the Ndlela now. There's some Mover Nkonzos that if you just follow in, you should find them. Lalapans underneath Gwari.
Okay, is there something south of the power line or on the side?
Southern side of the power line still. It's still they've just moved east from where they were off of Triple M.
Okay, copy. If you don't mind, if you pull out from the road, you can fuck up branches for us.
Affirmative, I will do.
We lost those Ingwe now. The Ingwe was chasing some of the diecast.
Oh.
Now no more video.
Okay, copy. Where was the Ingwe?
Yeah, I said
Copy. Where was she?
yeah, just north of Bisikaya.
Oh, okay. You
Very
just
just
made a
west of
branch?
Bisikaya. Close by the paraplane area.
Oh, okay. Maybe we need a slightly larger branch than that. Okay, please. Just put it in the road.
For the
Yeah, I was just put it in the road. Okay, apparently Shadow was just seen.
take your picture back.
Okay, here we go. So, look out for baby animals and leopard. Let's go and check out the hyena den and see if we have any luck with Tingana, otherwise known as Shadow. Can't believe she was on the property. But unfortunately, where we were, we couldn't hear what was going on with the radio. yet to meet her. I'd love to meet her. Karula's first litter. Karula, our resident female leopard. Though I think she's gone on leave. Sounds like she may have gone into the west. Times when the authorities do step in if an animal is injured and it's not human related. That's the time when they do step in. That's when it's human related. But if the animal is an endangered animal, obviously we can't afford to have any animals that are endangered really just go by the by, and I think that's when they do step in to help try and increase that population as much as possible. Hi Larka Wolf, and I think you were asking a question earlier. I didn't get a chance to answer. Quite hear what it was, but wondering if my arms get tired after a safari. Sometimes they do. Especially if we've been doing a lot of looking around with the spotlight. We used to have a little trick on the Gunda, the jigger, and there'd be a little piece that came out to the side here, and I could actually just rest my arm on there and just turn, but this one's just a little bit too far back to do it. So you build up the muscles. Normal driving, not really. What do you reckon that distance is from the road? About 150 metres, isn't it? What distance do you reckon we were from the road at the last point? About 150 metres? Or about that? Baby hyenas that side? Are they out now?
Yeah,
oh,
they're
awesome.
outside.
Let's see if we can go and have a look.
Yeah, only the mountain parts.
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
perfect. We'll go and have a
Yes.
look.
So if inside we lost the Ingwe inside this bush.
Oh, in here?
Yeah,
oh,
so
okay.
we have to drive around this way, maybe take Impala plane
And go around. Oh, okay. Did you see her? Or
No.
was it just Ephraim? So did she come in from the south?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Well, we're going to go and see if we can have a look at the baby hyena, and then we'll keep an eye out down here then.
Alright.
Alright, thank you. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah, and then the elephant was just here on Thin Road.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
On Philemon's Cut Line?
Yeah.
Awesome, we'll have a look. Thank you. Ah, see, now the sun's coming out to play. All the animals are too. Okay, so apparently Ephraim said that Tingana came in from the south, so she wasn't at the hyena den, but she came in from the south and she's in this block here somewhere. So we're going to go down to the hyena, try and have a look at the hyenas. Apparently the hyena cubs are out. And we might have some luck with Tingana. Or maybe she came in from that side and came past. Is there any station at the MBC Kaya?
Yeah, I think we know one day.
Keep a lookout in here, just in case. Maybe she comes up this way. But there's a few stations doing that circuit around there.
Yeah, the drop is here even now.
Okay, let's have a quick pop in on. Sorry, where did you say with those in Bluff were on Zoe's Road?
Yeah, from where you are, Sarah, just to your left-hand side. Towards Rebecca's Road.
Oh, there they are. Ah, there's the elephants. Okay, cool. Ah, so they travelled. Lucas just said they were on Fluman's Cut Line. Travel a little bit. Oh, and there's an elephant just here. Oh, look at this. Fantastic. I'm hoping the little cubs are going to be out, but maybe not if there's an elephant that's come knocking. Hello, little one. Young bull, probably about 15 or so he's starting to migrate away from the females a little bit more, but he can still keep in touch with them. There's a couple of females right at the back there. Hello, little one, you gonna come and say hello to us? Oh, thanks, Lawrence. Sending some pictures through of the lions. I'll see if I can write a quick blog about them at some stage and give some more update on what Karula's been up to, just in case there's anybody that's missed out. And if anybody would like to follow Karula, she does have her own Facebook page, as do the rest of the leopards. I'll try and post up that Tingana was seen. And if anybody would like to follow Karula, I do try and post up blogs as to what she's been up to and where she's been seen, and with pictures from everybody, and especially if we've seen anything interesting as well, like the ostrich. And if you would like to read those blogs, then they're up on the Safari web page under news, and you go to Safari News. That's where you'll find all the information there. I do post the links on the Facebook pages as well, the Safari channel page, my page, Karula's page, and anything that's mentioned in there, whether it's Mafufan Yarn or Yambili, then also gets put on up on their pages, Mishu and Induna. We're not doing too well with the light here. He's a bit in shadow, so while we're pointing forward, let's go and see if the cubs are out at the hyena den, then we can turn around and come back. We might be able to get on the other side of him, so he's actually not in shadow. Maybe just keep the camera on him, so I wonder if he's gonna start playing a little bit. Oh, there's loads of Ellies around, nice. Okay, let's go and have a quick look. not here, so we were wondering if they'd moved on. But it was very overcast the other day. So we've seen buffalo visit this area, we've seen elephant visit this area. Oh, here they are, look. Hello, little ones. Alright, little ones. There you go. You can get an elephant in the background and little hyena cubs in the foreground. How's that? So was it Linda asking for baby animals? There you go, Linda. A baby hyena. And it looks like adults are not here again. Just goes to show you don't always get the adults babysitting. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I wonder if baby's going to go and check out the elephants at the back there. Are we able to have a look at the elephant looking at us? Oh, probably listening to us rather than looking. Elephants apparently have, I think it's a 28,000 times better sense of smell than what we do. If that's true. All the elephants are standing and watching something. I wonder what it is that they're watching. Even the hyena cubs are actually watching what the elephants are doing. And there's a little bit of a breeze, but I think the breeze is actually going from the elephants to the baby hyenas.
Some babies over there.
Oh, we've got some baby elephants over there. Maybe someone can check that for me. Let's say I can't remember if it was something that I read somewhere, or maybe I've got my amount completely far out. But they do have a very good sense of smell anyway. It's one of the best senses. The eyesight's not great. So from there to here, they won't be able to see really that well. If they can see us, it'll probably just be a blurred outline. It'll be something that's not a tree. But I bet they could smell the hyenas. I wonder if they could smell us as well. Although, as I say, the wind is blowing in the wrong direction, so maybe not. But good morning to you, Diane, over there in New Zealand. Welcome on board. Wanting to know how old the hyena cubs are. And there's 3 different ages. The oldest ones are probably, I'm thinking around 6 months of age. The smaller one's probably about 5.5 months, something like that. And I think the youngest one is probably about 4.5 months. From 3 separate mothers. Oh, I see the baby that you're talking about now. There is one over there. It's actually so nice we can sort of look between the elephants and the hyenas. I'll see if we can maybe... Looks like the elephants are making their way back down that side. So maybe for the last few moments we'll just see if we can get on the other side of the elephants. So we might be able to see the elephants in better light. Shall we see if we can then? They are just so adorable. I've really got a soft spot for hyenas. I've got a soft spot for lots of little creatures. Especially the little babies, I think, are just so cute. And it's sad, I think still a lot of people think that they are just scavengers and they just cause a nightmare for everyone, and I suppose to a certain degree they can cause. So where have you been, little one? Sorry, it's not a great angle, but this little one was off on his own having a look around. Getting quite adventurous, eh? It'll only be maybe about 7-8 months that they might start going on foraging excursions with the adults. Maybe only going on by themselves for about a year old. But this is their safety at the den side. You can see there's a hole that little hyena's sitting next to. And if there's any sign of trouble, it'll just bolt straight into that hole, and you can see the other hyenas sitting pretty close to that hole and just enjoying the sun. I'm sure they were inside the other day, just keeping warm. But it looks quite interested in what's going on with the elephants. gonna go and join the rest of the gang. I love Sorry, little one. She wanted to try and squeeze through here. Sorry, little one, I don't want to disturb you. I was trying to sneak up the banking on the other side, but just got a little bit too steep. I think I probably would have ended up rolling the vehicle, which is not a good idea, especially if you want to go and drive this afternoon.
Slummy Love. It's still south of Rebecca's Road. Slowly move on north back to Rebecca's Road. I'm going to leave it an open lock.
Oh. A little bit steeper than I remember it. Stations, the MBC car is still active. Partially in block now. Jog, come in.
Starting right over.
Did Ephraim pick up Sandy again? Oh, sorry, Shadow.
Not that I know about. He came past me a bit earlier on his way to Impala Plains, that area. So I think he left it.
Okay. He's got into the drainage line. I don't want to follow him. I thought there's actually a spot where we can actually drive through, and I thought it was there. It's a little bit too steep. So I'm just go a little bit further around, try and look at these elephants. Might be able to stay just. Hi, Sandy. Actually, that's probably going to be better going through there. Wondering what Tingana means. Shite one. And unfortunately, she lives up to her name. Tingana, the name that they've used for in the Sabi Sands is Shadow, which is very apt as well. And unfortunately, as I say, she does live up to her name. She tends to hide extremely well. You don't tend to see. Oh. Am I getting this wrong? I'm sure you can pass through here. Oh, there we go. It's not as steep as I thought. goes on. Oh, well. This is going to be the decider. Can we get through here to get to those ellies on the other side? Yes, yes we can. Yeah, that little male not really comfortable with us being here, so that's why we left him behind. And I wonder if Bets is on board. Bets, found you some elephants, Bets. Trouble with going off-road, lots of hidden stuff. You think you can go somewhere and then all of a sudden you find you can't. Yeah. Hopefully we can stay just a little bit longer just to see this guy. You see a lot more relaxed because they're actually closer to one of the cows, so not too worried about our presence. So yeah, I was trying to get us on the other side of them, but unfortunately it's not going to happen at the moment. Someone was asking about the diet of the elephants, and there we go, we've got elephant on our left, the male eating roots, and a round leaf teak being eaten by the female on our right. Actually, I'm just going to pull forward just a little bit more. We might be able to see this female here. Oh well, there we go. It was digging up a root there. But just as we swung the camera around, he decided that he's got enough from that tree. It's amazing what a difference the sun makes. especially this time of year. In summer it can drive the animals into the bushes to seek shade, and in winter time it draws them out of the bushes seeking the warmth. I suppose it's the same as humans, really. But unfortunately we are going to have to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed seeing the lions as well as the elephants and the hyenas this morning. Thank you very much for all your questions that you sent through, and as I say, unfortunately it isn't great to see a lion that's injured, but hopefully we've been able to put it into perspective for you, and as I say, it is part of the natural cycle of things. As hard as it is for us to see it, unfortunately it is one of those things that does occur, and unfortunately it does have to occur. But we'll certainly keep an eye on it and let the authorities know. But for me, he's still quite sprightly, he's still wanting to live, if I can put it that way. You can still see there's that fight there in his eyes. He's keeping up with his brother, or I'd say his brother, the lion that's with him. It's difficult to say if they are related or not, but he's still keeping up with him. So I think he'll pull through, to be honest. I think he will. But we'll certainly keep an eye on it as much as possible. If we hear about it, we'll let you know. We'll keep you up to date as much as we hear. And the same with other animals. We saw the elephant who had the injured leg, and Mark said it looked like he was walking a lot better than even a couple of months ago when he saw him. So animals do have the ability to bounce back. But thanks again for joining us, and thanks Seb for your camera work. Craig back in final control, and from myself, Tara, and the rest of the crew, take care everybody wherever you are in the world, and join us again for this afternoon's game drive. Bye for now.